what's really cool about what we do is we are a two-sided marketplace that connects content creators that are freelancers and really expert in social media marketing and digital marketing to emerging brands that are looking for efficient ways to launch, grow, scale their digital marketing presence across platforms.
All right, this has been it's not been, we haven't even started yet. This is another episode of the Founders Pack Form Your Own Pack podcast. My guest today is Madison Long, who's well known to people who are in Founders Pack as one of the first winners of one of our winner takes all pitch events. Madison, thanks for joining me.
Yes, thank you for having me, and thanks for all the support. That was what, end of 2020?
Oh my God, that's crazy. Is that true? That might be right.
Yeah, I think so.
That went
Just
fast.
remembering where I was. It was December 2020. Yeah.
So your company now, I think at the time it might have been called Campus Concierge, and now you're called Clutch, right? So you've made a few adjustments with realities of what you're seeing in the market. So I guess for people that don't know, we always start with who is Madison and what, in this case, is Clutch.
Totally. So I am originally from Indianapolis, Indiana. I always had a really deep passion for being able to empower the next generation. And so when I met my co-founder, we were just friends at Purdue University. She was studying computer science, I was studying accounting. And we always would kind of spitball different ideas and kind of pitch different concepts. But it wasn't until we had graduated and started our full-time jobs across the country that she initially called me with the idea that was correct, Campus Concierge, and has been rebranded and pivoted into Clutch over those years. What's really cool about what we do is we are a two-sided marketplace that connects content creators that are freelancers and really expert in social media marketing and digital marketing to emerging brands that are looking for efficient ways to launch, grow, scale their digital marketing presence across platforms. And even though Campus Concierge has evolved, we've always kept that North Star of being able to empower the next generation, no matter what kind of the platform looked like or the exact thesis of what we were doing. That overall mission has always been there. And we've been able to, in the last year, work with, creators ranging 18 to 35 and help make them a lot of money, pairing them up with
Well,
these
that's really
businesses. And we're excited to, as simple as that. And that has been really impactful for them as we see more people participating in freelance work, gig work, creator economy work.
So in your case, I would use the new Clutch or Clutch. I would use Clutch to find someone that is a creator for social platforms to help me create content. Is that the idea?
That's correct. A lot of times, solo entrepreneurs or even small teams need to remain nimble, but it's hard to find someone to manage your social media presence. Social media, even though it may seem easy, is a very intimate experience of creating content on a regular basis that sometimes has even a face representing you or words that are supposed to speak in your brand's authentic identity. And it's hard to go to places like Fiverr, Upwork, and you might have 80,000 search results if you type in TikTok creator. And so being able to actually hone in on who your brand is, who your customers are, let's find a creator who can help service that, in a matter of minutes through our platform is really, really important for these brands.
Amazing. So what was the thing that, you kind of clued into that made you decide this is the way that, we're going to provide value to the market? What was the big problem?
Totally. Yeah. So when we first started, this was prior to COVID. It was soon, COVID happened soon thereafter. And we were focused on a experience that had to be reliant on in-person connections. So that was number one. We were like, how can we make this an experience that can be more digital, remote type work? When you look at the creator economy, a lot of those tasks can be done from the comfort of someone's home, apartment, dorm, you name it, and be able to kind of work asynchronously. Two, we also were looking for an opportunity. When we had initially started, it was a bit of a crowded space, and not that being crowded isn't good, but it was a crowded space with a lot of regulation. And so, if we wanted to continue moving in that space, which was focused on university relationships, it would require really, really long sales cycles that put a big risk at an early stage company to be able to overcome. And so we were like, how can we go directly to the people we're trying to service, those next gen creators, and provide a solution that makes sense to them? And it was through talking all the time to our end user, seeing what their needs were, seeing what their interests and passions were, and then being able to iterate. We had organic demand coming in from these businesses like, I'd love to work with some of these people on your platform, but do they do, these type of services? And that's how we were able to narrow down to this digital marketing space. But I think it's just been an ultimate process of talking, getting feedback, iterating, testing, and so on to make that work.
That's amazing. Yeah, and I applaud you for having the guts to basically change a few times when you had to the realities of the market, because it's not easy. Sometimes people are like, no, we're going to stick with this thing, and despite it being really, really not working as great. So that's awesome.
Yeah, no.
So what is next for Clutch?
So where we are now, we just launched our product into an open beta where we can nationally take on clients. And so we're looking to work with, CPG companies, D2C companies, companies that really perform well when reaching a national audience on platforms like social media. We've been able to help multiple brands, use social as a sales tool, not intentionally. It's all about that organic momentum. But with organic momentum, you can then save money when it comes to running ads. You can talk to your customers in the comments and direct them to your website. And we've been able to see that be very, very successful. And so if there's any brands out there that are interested in getting a broader presence, please reach out. We have many creators excited to work with you.
That sounds terrific. All right. If you could offer other founders only one piece of advice, what would that be?
I would say, in the essence of what we've been chatting about and how pivoting kind of works, I think it'd be, don't be scared to run experiments, no matter how confident you are in your current solution. The beauty of startups is the fact we can be nimble and change quickly. And even now, we feel very solid about our, road to proving out product market fit and getting that flywheel spinning. But there's still some small iterative improvements that we know we can make to just get that momentum to that next level. And it can be scary. It can feel like, oh my gosh, we just did all this work to get this to where it is. We just launched. What are people going to think if we change our name from Campus Concierge, which is like 100 letters and hard to spell, to Clutch? You can't care about that. You really have to let the ego go. People don't care. They want simplicity. They want to understand what you do. And as long as you keep allowing that to happen, they'll forgive the fact that you used to be called something else or used to have a slightly different service offering if you're still providing value and you're providing even more value to those customers. And so that's something that I definitely encourage founders to embrace more of.
That is great advice. What's the role of partnerships and or community been in your success so far?
Yeah, so we've been able to have some incredible partners that have been investors and customers, or been able to build out entire sales channels for us just by being part of that community. Obviously, for us, it's a very direct correlation. Sometimes we're part of founder communities where a lot of the founders need our services, right? Or sometimes it's more intentional where we're working with a marketing agency and we can partner with them and provide them multiple creators at once for multiple of the projects that they're working on and servicing their own clients. And so it's been a really huge strategy that we're excited to explore more this year.
That's a good point. I didn't even think the agencies makes total sense for what you're doing. So that's even a customer that I wasn't even thinking of as opposed to going direct.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, Madison, I want to be conscious of your time. What is the best way for people to get in touch with you, and who would you like to talk to?
Totally. Feel free to check out our website. You can apply to be a creator on there or to join that beta and match with creators on our platform at thatsclutch.com. And feel free to follow us on socials. My Twitter, Instagram is Madison Long. Long is spelled L0NG.
Oh, you get the zero in there. Got it. That's probably why
Yeah.
I couldn't find you.
Madison Long was taken.
Tag you.
Yes.
Well, I want to thank you for following up with this, and I'm glad we got to check in and see on your progress. It's really exciting to
Likewise.
watch. The final thing is, as you may know, when we have interesting people on the podcast, we like you to nominate other interesting people who are either founders or investors in scalable ventures. So, who would you, Madison, like to nominate as a future guest?
Great question. I'd like to nominate Monique Claiborne. And I will send you her information after this. She just joined a really cool startup here in Houston
Monique, you've
as
been nominated by
CXO.
Madison. That's
Huh?
amazing. I was just saying,
Yeah.
Monique nominated by Madison. We will accept that, and we look forward to that introduction. And we look forward to following the rest of your journey, Madison.
Thank you. And great to see you again.
Likewise.